My name is Charles Davis. Good evening. My name is Charles Davis, and I am the president of the Jessieville High School Beta Club. I would like to welcome our candidates for induction, parents, faculty, and guests here and virtually to our 2020 induction ceremony. We will begin this evening's ceremony with a prayer given by Beta Club member Rebecca George.
Please bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for each and every student here today, celebrating the great achievement of becoming a Beta Club member. Thank you for all the guardians that have helped establish and build up these high accomplished students. Help them to walk in your blessings daily and seek your face earnestly. Allow them opportunities to show your love through them. I ask that you keep each and everyone here safe and healthy by covering us in your protection. In Jesus' name, amen.
We are delighted this evening to have as our guest speaker, Ms. Liz Schieffer. Ms. Schieffer is a national board certified teacher, and I actually had no idea what that meant, so I looked it up, and it means she's gone beyond the state requirement for a teacher, and the word that stuck out to me when I read that is, it said rigorous. And so, I gotta say, I guess that means that's a hard thing to accomplish. She also received the High School Teacher of the Year for Jessieville, and she got her bachelor's in chemistry from the University of Central Arkansas, and then went on to Georgia Tech to get her master's in quantum mechanics, and she teaches my Physics 1 class. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Liz Schieffer.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Charlie. I have to tell you, I'm really proud of that resume. And I understand the spirit behind the question when people ask me, why are you at Jessieville? And I'm going to answer that question, but a good speech starts with a childhood anecdote. So I'm going to tell you my two earliest childhood memories. And they both involve my father. He's loosened up quite a bit in his retirement, but when I remember the dad of my childhood, I remember the military officer, the lieutenant colonel in the United States Army. He was and is a very stoic man, doesn't say a whole lot, so when he does speak, you tend to pay attention. And we moved around a lot, and there was one time when the house on the base wasn't ready yet, and so we were living in a motel. And my earliest memory is my dad teaching me how to write on motel napkins. I think he knew early on that I wasn't going to be good at sports, so he was going to make sure that I was good at school. And I have no doubt that my academic advantages in life started on those motel napkins. My second earliest memory is about the rubber band ball. And that's exactly what it sounds like. It is a ball composed of rubber bands. We were getting the daily newspaper, and these rubber bands would pile up in the junk drawer and get tangled up all over stuff. You can imagine that drove my dad crazy. And so he would, every couple weeks, he would gather up all the rubber bands in the house, sit down, and wrap them around this ball. And then whenever he needed a rubber band, he knew exactly where they were, nice and tidy. And as a little kid, I thought that this was the coolest thing ever. And so I said to him one day, I said, Dad, that ball is so cool, can I have it? And my dad, being the tender and generous man that he is, said, no. He said, no, this one's mine, but I'll help you start your own. And so he took the rest of the rubber bands in his pile and he fashioned the core for me and saved rubber bands for a couple weeks. And I sat down to put the rubber bands on this ball. and my little kid fingers would not cooperate. Couldn't wrap it enough times to get it to stay on this core. They kept falling off. I know one popped back and hit me in the face. And I threw the ball down, and I said, "Dad, I can't do this, it's too hard." And he said, "Well, yeah, if it was easy, every kid would have one. If it was easy, every kid would have one." I have carried that phrase with me my entire life. When the pursuit of my long-term goals has gotten difficult, I have thought about my dad and that rubber band ball. If majoring in chemistry was easy, everybody would do it. If getting a master's degree from Georgia Tech was easy, everybody would do it. If getting national board certification was easy, every teacher would do it. If qualifying to join Beta Club was easy, everybody would be here. You have already worked extremely hard to separate yourself from the crowd. But every year I send out these invitations, and I always get the question, well, what is Beta Club? And I will tell you that if you do nothing else after tonight, Beta Club is a really nice line on your resume. Looks good on college applications, looks good on scholarship applications, but the truth is that you will get out of Beta Club what you put into it. I think Charlie is a fantastic example of that. 2 years in a row, he's competed in the state competition, qualified to go to nationals. So because of Beta Club, he has gotten to travel, to meet people, to build experiences, all through Beta Club. So there are leadership and there are competitive opportunities at the national level. But at the local level, what Beta Club can be for us is a community. And if this pandemic has shown us anything, it's how much we need community, right? Now you are already a member of different social circles. Think about your home, your church, your job, your athletics, and you behave a little bit differently in each of those social circles. The officers are going to talk in great detail about how we expect you to behave as a member of our Beta Club circle. But what I want to give you right now are 3 very personal pieces of advice for how to be a good contributing member of our community. Number 1, volunteer your gifts and talents. Beta Club at its heart is a service organization, and I want you to constantly be looking for opportunities to serve, especially in ways that are unique to you. And when I say gifts and talents, people automatically think of the creative arts, singing, dancing, painting. And if you can help people by doing those things, I absolutely want you to do that. But under the umbrella of service, we need to broaden our definition of what a gift is. I want you to think about those things that you are good at, or maybe those things that you're good at simply because you don't mind doing them. So maybe you're really good at organizing, whether that's people or things. Maybe you're really good at cleaning. There's always that OCD kid in class who really likes to clean. Maybe you don't mind running errands. You're good at computers. You're a good listener. Those things are gifts. And when you see an opportunity to use those gifts to serve, don't wait to be asked. Step up and volunteer. Just do it. It's been my experience that when I am asked or told to do something, it drains my energy. But when I can step up and volunteer, it fuels my energy, especially when it's something that I'm good at. You're going to need that energy for piece of advice number 2, and that is to learn the material. I understand that you are under a tremendous amount of pressure to make good grades, right? I know that you want to make the honor roll, you want to get into the right college, you want to get good scholarships, you want to get the good job. I get it. But every year I witness this thing where students do amazingly sophisticated algebra, working out to 2 decimal places exactly what they have to make on the final to make an 89.5 for the semester. If you had done that much algebra the entire year, you wouldn't be worried about the final. Here's the secret, guys. If you will learn the material, the grade will take care of itself. Think about quadratic equations. If you actually knew how to solve quadratic equations, if every time you saw one, you knew at least 3 different methods that you could use to solve that equation, don't you think that it would be really hard to fail the test on quadratic equations? If you actually read the Scarlet Letter, if you understood the themes, if you participated in the class discussions, if you personally invested yourself in that story, don't you think that you would have something really good to write about on the essay test? If you will learn the material, the grade will take care of itself. Number 3, give yourself a break. You can do all the right things, and there will still be a time when you bomb the test, when you are told no, when you make a mistake, when you get a rejection letter. When those things happen, you have to give yourself a break. I need you guys to hear me loud and clear on this. We are all very proud of your academic achievements. It's why we're here tonight. But your worth, your value as a person does not depend on your GPA. How much you matter to me is not a function of your physics grade. I want you to set high standards for yourself. I want you to work hard to achieve those goals and experience the success that comes with that. But I'm not disappointed to find out that you're not perfect. And I don't want you beating yourself up over it. And as members of this community, what I need you to do is rally around each other, build each other up. That classmate who feels like they've failed, we've got to help them dust themselves off, pick themselves up, try again. Volunteer your gifts and talents. Learn the material. Give yourself a break. These things that I'm asking you to do are not easy. They're hard. But it's precisely the things that are hard that are worth doing. It was hard for me to walk away from the PhD program at Georgia Tech to become a teacher. But I became a teacher because I was called to be one. That's a totally different sermon. I became a teacher at Jessieville because this was the first job that I saw posted on the internet. 9 years later, do you know why I'm still a teacher at Jessieville? Because you have shown me how much extraordinary talent is right here. 4 of the most talented individuals that I've ever met are on this stage with me. And every year, I have to watch these amazing people graduate and go out into the world to make a difference, and I think that's it. There will never be another group that's as special to me as these kids. But then we induct a new group of betas. And you spend the next 2-3 years showing me how talented you are, how intelligent, how creative, how kind, how funny, how passionate you are. I fall in love with this school all over again. And then it'll be you at graduation wearing that gold Beta Club stole. And I want you to look around and I want you to remember that if it was easy, everybody would have one. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Ms. Schieffer. Jessieville School has always had a reputation of pushing students to do their best work and to achieve at the highest possible levels. We of the Beta Club hope that we also provide such an incentive to our members. The purpose of Beta Club is to promote academic excellence. Beta Club members must maintain a 3.4 GPA and have excellent conduct in all areas of high school life. If a member fails to meet either of these qualifications, he or she is placed on probation for 1 semester. If at the end of that semester the student has failed to correct the problem, that member will then be dropped from the membership rolls. Our members need to take the responsibility very seriously to maintain the qualifications for membership. Today we meet here to honor those whom we feel have done the most towards these ends. We now prepare to induct a new group of members into our club. These students represent the ideals of what Beta membership is about. Beta membership includes several characteristics such as honesty, achievement, character, leadership, service, and responsibility. Our ceremony tonight will focus on these characteristics.
My name is Josh Mickerl, and I am the Vice President of the Jessieville Beta Club. I will be speaking of the importance honesty plays in being a Beta Club member. The honor of being selected as a Beta Club member should give a person enough feeling of pride to want to be honest. What is honesty, and how does one go about being honest? First, as we all know, you don't cheat or steal in any sense of the word. But really, there is more to it than that. It also means that you are honest enough to consider the rights of others to be as important as your own rights. You must be honest with yourself. When a confusing or seemingly impossible situation confronts you, ask yourself this: is what I am doing an honest thing for not only myself, but for all the other people involved? If you can give a sincere yes to this, an honest yes, then you are accepting the challenge of being a worthy citizen to your school, state, and nation.
My name is Laura Rivera, and I'm the secretary of the Jessieville Beta Club. I will be speaking about achievement and the role it plays in Beta Club. Instead of looking at the word achievement as defined in the dictionary, let's examine it from another viewpoint, that of a Beta member. In order to become a member of Beta, you must not only have achieved a high scholastic standing, but you must also have achieved an outstanding character as well. Upon becoming a Beta member, you will become more familiar with the word achievement. The Beta Club sets high standards for its members, and it takes a lot of achievement to meet these standards. These achievements can be experienced and standards met only by putting forth an effort as an individual and as a group.
My name is Kelsey Savall, and I'm the treasurer of the Jessieville Beta Club. I will be speaking about character and its importance in Beta Club. Character is a key of being an effective Beta member. Character is forged with dependability, humility, justice, compassion, and most of all, integrity. Character is that quality a parent is proud to see in his or her child. Character is the quality a teacher appreciates in his or her students. Character is that quality an employer demands in his or her employees. It has been said, character is who you are when no one is watching. And most of all, character is that quality we should demand in ourselves each and every day.
Leadership is another important characteristic of Beta Club members. Leadership is seldom possessed unless one has the qualities of honesty, achievement, and character. It wields great influence and unlocks doors that lead all of us in some degree to influence our neighbors. It is deceptive because sometimes we may have it and be unaware that we do. But for those who recognize this quality, it must be used skillfully and wisely and for the good of humanity, or it will disappear because of misuse. This quality must be taken very seriously because the dangers of this misuse can be great.
Service is another important Beta quality. Service opens the hearts of mankind. This quality should be observed daily in our Beta Club members. We should offer any help needed, whether great or small, to any in need. In our local Beta Club, we aid families with food items during the Christmas holiday season. Our Beta Club members donate items, shop for perishable items, and pack and deliver food boxes to families in need. The Christmas season is enriched for both the families that are helped and for the Beta Club members who serve.
The last quality of a Beta member that we look at today is responsibility. There is an unhealthy attitude that seems to be prevalent among many people, but especially among men and women. These misguided individuals seem to think it is better to criticize and complain than to contribute, to knock down instead of to build up, to take for granted our heritage rather than to accept the responsibility of maintaining and enhancing it. Too many of these people demand a helping hand instead of realizing that they have a hand to help themselves. Beta Club members assume the responsibility for their actions.
Will the candidates for Beta Club induction please take the candle from under your chair and hold it in your left hand? Please stand. Raise your right hand and repeat the Beta Club pledge after me. I solemnly declare that I shall always strive to hold fast to the principles of honesty, to endeavor constantly to maintain a credible record, to cultivate in my life, and conduct the principles which the National Beta Club is organized to encourage. I further pledge myself to this club in the promotion of a sense of individual responsibility to our school, community, state, and nation, and to mutual helpfulness and to the betterment of our fellow members. As president of the Jessieville High School Beta Club, I have lit my candle from the master light and passed the Beta Club inspiration on to my fellow members. This ceremony is conducted to remind longtime and beginning Beta Club members of the importance of our commitment to maintain a character that will reflect our achievement, leadership, and service to our club and the community. Please accept this responsibility to continue our Beta Club tradition. I now officially welcome our new Beta Club members. You may lower your mask and blow out your candles. You're supposed to put them back up, yeah. As I call your name, please come forward to receive your certificate as members of the National Beta Club. You may take your mask off for the school picture as you walk across the stage. Parents, these pictures will be shared with you after the ceremony. Eva Blake. Taylor Miller. Annika Femmel. Reagan Jones. Luke Baker. Tally Blackman, Megan Brown, Skylar Clayton, Justice Cole, Liz Cosby, Trinity Curtis, Jordan Dean, Lucy Dinger, Danielle George, Danielle Glomsky, Grant Honeycutt, Hayden Johnson, Grant Keating, Jordan Keener, Abigail Meredith, Adriana Prekop, Santana Ragsdale, Kinley Robertson, Julia Rogers, Zachary Spears, Kaysen Styron, Robert Tatum, John Kanan Taylor, Olivia White, and Ava Zetz. Congratulations again to the new members. Thank you all for Thank you all for coming to the ceremony this evening. Please be mindful of social distancing and wear your masks as you exit the building. Thank you again and have a good evening.